And we're back. MVP losing their map choice, Vertigo. It betrayed them. But will they be able to win this next map against INTZ? And this is, of course, for a place at the Major. It's a big deal, James.
It is.
And Korea, you know, I don't think otherwise have representation. So for them and for their country, it would be an enormously big deal. For INTZ, of course, as well. You know, it's something that would be pretty hype for them. Although we already have some Brazilian representation.
Yeah, but it's not just about Brazil, it's about the people on the server as well. And they've put their heart and soul into this. They've done the best they can. And they've managed to survive a unexpected test of Vertigo. They've put themselves in a strong position. See the numbers here on the strafe app, 65% for INTZ. MVP aren't out of this just yet. Score-wise, it was reasonably close. But it just didn't go over the line for MVP. Gamble didn't pay off.
Yeah. It was very back and forth, you know, for quite some time on both sides, but it just seemed like eventually INTZ's T side was a bit too strong. They had some cool defaults, and they sort of conditioned MVP to play players away from you know, the A-bomb side, and then they started hitting A really hard. And then it seemed like MVP lost a little bit of confidence insofar as, you know, Cello, he was playing out of his mind, hitting some really strong headshots, and then they started to leverage his confidence into making him, you know, just sending him out there, hitting more headshots, and it seemed like MVP started to just struggle to win the fights, and then things really started to break down for them. So moving on to Train now, a Brazilian favorite. We know that these Brazilians love to play Train. MVP are going to have a lot to work against. And it starts with the pistol. INTZ will burst it into the upper bomb. So with the three-man push-up, Ivy for a massive flank.
Seems it's been heard. Yell's in position to hear it. Xander's waiting for it. Will they check this position, or is it a free headshot? The first one. Crouch peek is there, but Zef won't survive. He finds the second one, not the third, though. That's a lot of information for INTZ. Zeta moving in that main spot. HSK has a kit by the IV position, and Yell is still going to take him out, actually. That's beautiful. INTZ with position everywhere. They got a sound cues. They made the frags in the A main position, and they closed out the rest of it. It was a formality.
Yeah, indeed it was.
I wonder if MVP have got like the intel on INTZ on Train, the way INTZ like to, on the buy rounds, look for those entries. KNG is going to be seeking to destroy. So they peek for that information. Are they going to get aggressive? Are they going to have the flashes? Are they going to take main away from INTZ? Are they expecting of the shenanigans towards Ivy?
Yeah, and I think Cello as well will be particularly dangerous if they use him aggressively. And we're going to see the old Mouseport stack here on the old bomb from MVP. It's a fun one. I always like seeing it because it's not one of those pistol save rounds where like there's also messing around. People are spread out. It's like a slow bleed. It's like you see some people, maybe you get some kills, but you probably all die. And so it's over in a flash. And that's always a lot of fun. But they decide to abandon this and
set it up over here instead. Go on. He's going to run through the smoke instead. Apparently they are. It's a pretty tight checkpoint, and they're all dead. I wanted to see a commitment to the old bomb stack.
Yeah, me too. I think
to it.
I think that's part of the way it works.
You've got to believe, man.
Because if the other team sends a scout, and the way that they scout, that they don't get vision of that area, like they don't go out pop dog, then that's when it really is magical. But either way.
Yeah, and INTZ, they're a slow team. I'd be surprised if they were that deep in Ivy at that point. You've got to know these guys don't like to hold W too often, but on this occasion they will, it seems, trying to break the buy of MVP immediately with shock and awe. So far, not so good. Stax and Zeta combining for 2 frags. Make it 3. The AWP looking strong. You can see Yell's looking for some kind of better weapon or something. There's the AK. Drop the smoke grenade to try and create some space. In the meantime, Zan's just about going to get something. Yell finds himself the AK, accidentally fires a shot, but I think they knew roughly where he was anyway. So we've got an Organ and an AK, 2 versus 4. Still, they have the bomb in their possession.
Yeah, it's really about damage here for INTZ. At least that's the most realistic objective you can kind of play for. And so there's actually, you know, what we can see, obviously, is that there's an opening towards the B-bomb site right now. And by design, there's no smoke, though, for INTZ, which makes all the difference. Looks like Yale might just try to go for a wide peek here towards the bomb train, because if he's going to be checking all these close positions, but eventually he's going to have to, if he wants to try to get a kill, he's going to have to go for that wide peek.
I almost wonder if he wants to show the bomb towards A and have Zand make an entry towards the B bomb site, the way things are going. Well, it's going to work the other way, actually, but he's fired a bullet, but they're not going to pay too much attention. Oh, they're coming back now. Seems that might have been a fatal mistake. 25 seconds, he's drawn out one CT, looking for the transfer. There's a trade from Zand. But again, the IV position is something that needs to be dealt with. 17 seconds, and they're playing passive. They're waiting for the beeps. 12 seconds. Does he commit to it? Does he go for damage? It's a big risk. The AWP shots miss. It is a distraction. 1v1 now. He's still got time to plant the bomb. Faking again, really? So close. So much damage. 2 versus 4. Let's not forget, only Sign survives, and he doesn't collect the AWP, which makes it even more expensive.
Yeah, that actually ended up being incredibly impactful, because it went from, as you say, like it went from this like 2 versus 4 to a 1 versus 1. That is enormous amounts of damage. And if you look at INTZ's buy coming up now, they've positioned themselves, they've set themselves up to slam dunk this round and absolutely crush MVP's economy in the following rounds. And if MVP can't have a good CT side here, I really desperately fear for their ability to win this map, and they may just concede the series, of course. So we'll have some Ivy presence coming in. This is something that INTZ do love to do. And they have Kianji, and that's one of the reasons. Loves to get those picks, and there you go. You see it in action. That's the reason Kianji hits those shots for days. And we're going to have to see if there's a recovery here from MVP, because now they're down a man. It's going to be a struggle to get the grips. And a nice little play from Cello to take down Zeph. And it is quite the bleed here for MVP. What do they do now? Do they just stack A? What's the plan?
Meaty HE grenades. I really wonder if MVP have the intel. I mean, it's hard to just not peek anything, right? That's not really a thing either, especially that Ivy position. But INTZ so reliant on just the curiosity from a CT side. Oh, it's risky business. They start to creep up. Oh, look at this rotation from MVP. What is the idea here? They saw some players. Is this like a save already, or they saw some players towards Ivy? Yells showed some presence towards the B bomb site. He's up trying to run distraction. He's got the footsteps of HSK, and he gets popped. So, ooh, he got a rotation away from the Ivy position, actually, from INTZ. Again, they do like to play it slow. Are they getting all the way towards the B bomb site? This is going to be a tight one. Look at Sign's position. Yo, I don't know if he can see him. Okay, well, oh God, it's going towards the A bomb site now, but this is all over the place. It's kind of crazy. They left IV. They rotated, which it looked like it was towards B with Yell there, but they went back towards A. But there we go. They've won the round.
Yes, they have. And it's actually looking rather scary. There was a moment where, you know, MVP had that first big buy, and Zest got a couple kills of the AWP, and it was in that 4v2 situation. And there I'm thinking, ooh, MVP looking good, looking strong. But then we saw what happened to that round. And then we just saw that round. And then we saw the faces of the players on INTZ, and they look extremely confident. Ooh, trying to get that control of the spray there, pulling down and left, but not quite finding it. It's Cello to take it down, and here it is, just following up with the remaining kills. And Cello is going to be having a ball of a time. It's a Brazilian barbecue over at the ladder room, and now they will be really exercising their dominance over their Korean opponents. A 4-1 scoreline. Getting such a strong start to the T side is really impactful in games of train. It can be difficult to do that. And it's back to the save here for MVP. They'll get a couple deagles and CZs to work, but it's going to be very tough. They've left themselves with a lot of money in the bank, so they'll have a really huge buy in the next round. Nice kill onto Yell. So they would have steal the gun away, but in seeing so many players, INTZ needs to react quickly to know that that means that other positions are likely empty or extremely weak. But they're quite slow, James. And look at this. MVP have rotated everyone towards this position. And we'll only get one kill out of it, though.
Yeah, they're still far better equipped, but Sign could pick up 2. That should be round over if he does. Can he play off one of his teammates? You can see the angle he's holding through the X-ray. INTZ going to re-smoke the choke point and dumping lots of stuff behind it. They're going to creep through the smoke, it seems. KNG, high risk. Not with the bomb, though, but they're separated and they'll all be taken out. Big release of energy from that one. Maybe feeling some nerves. That's a big round.
No, it is. I think there's no mistaking it. It's sure, it's an anti-eco, but winning those anti-ecos, converting them is really important. And at this level, you know, these teams are very dangerous. One player can go off and get a 3K pretty easily, especially if he's got a Krieg in his hands and maybe someone to distract for him. So really, really big win, especially for INTZ. They're a team historically that haven't necessarily always been very good at dealing with such rounds. So right now, everything is going well for them. Every conceivable factor of their train on T side is going well. And MVP have a big buy. They need to turn things around. It's got to start now. And here comes an outside burst. Zeph is coming around the back. This could be it.
He hasn't seen the two players by E-Box jumping now. The flash from his teammate. There's the bomb, however. This could really go in either direction with the T's all over the A bomb site. But Zeph will somehow get all the frags, leaving Xand alone coming through the IV position. 1 versus 2, waiting for a peek from the CT. Zeph's got the angle now. Walks straight into it. And there's still something for MVP to do here. Second round on the board. Still early in this half.
It's a beautiful 4K from him, really taking initiative. And as you say, like he walked past 2 players, and so I was like, I'm not sure how this is going to go, but still manages to absolutely nail it, of course. And MVP PK.
Oh, HSK 007.
In with a chance.
HSK is James Bond at the moment. Well, let's see. It's a pretty good buy for both squads. Initial grenades towards Ivy. INTZ love themselves some Ivy presence. They'll start there with 3 players. Some support for KNG with the AWP. And again, we've got that forward play from MVP looking to take main away. And that's not going to work out for them. Yell takes out a trade fragger as well as the initial engager. Oh, it gets worse. This is a disaster area now for MVP. Rotating away from the IV position, leaving Xand in situ. And it's a safe situation for MVP, but that might be denied as well. Ooh, a little slow there, Xand. That was an opportunity. I don't know if you saw both players on the kill feed, but it's a round for INTZ regardless.
Yes, it is. It seems like even though there is spurts of life for MVP, they're not finding the consistency or making these rounds competitive enough. And INTZ will create a situation whereby finding, or rather, INTZ will be growing their economy so much that it'll be very difficult for MVP to find a way to ever play against an eco round. And that's kind of a problem, because that really helps enormously in taking over the match, is obviously breaking the money of your opponent. But if you can never do that and you're always having to fight against buy rounds, your life is made like dramatically more difficult. Okay, they found the remainder. Nice trade from Kianji. That's the AWP down. Stacks, does he dare peek this? Absolutely not. There's no way he's ever going to peek Kianji. You know exactly where he is. In comes Mr. Cello. And just barely making the frag happen. Oh my god. Oh my god. He actually goes for the AWP there. Kianji whiffs the shot. Unreal.
Cheeky.
Very cheeky.
6 rounds for INTZ. Good start for them. MVP on the back foot. Again, they picked Inferno. They picked Vertigo. And they lost Vertigo. HSK still hasn't got onto the scoreboard. And we're in eco town for the most part. AWP needs to get something done. And Zest has been able to do this before, but KNG just spots ahead, whizzing past on the high ground. There are boosts you can do on the A-bomb site to look into main. There's a number of different angles, but KNG will be familiar with all of them. And there is the AWP taken away. Needs to be rescued now. They'll try to do that, but there is an AK in position. Somehow HSK gets away with that. That's his first frag. It's a cheeky one.
Yeah, I thought that he was going to get traded at the very least by Destiny, but Destiny didn't seem prepared to do that. Look at the spread here from INTZ. They are extremely spread out. So they have to make a decision now as to how and where they will attack. And one of the issues that they have is that there is an AWP in play. So that smoke is going to create some pressure towards B at the very least and keep some players towards the B-bomb site, and that's a super important kill, showing presence, again, increasing threats towards this B-bomb site, taking down a player, and now they're trying to bait out reaction again, but again, eventually they've just got to decide to give it up and go for the push into a site, and another kill lightens the load, and they should have this B-bomb site finally. So good work here from INTZ. It's been a slow one, but it's effective ultimately.
Yeah, it's always a slow one with INTZ on the T side of train. It's their comfortable place. It's their happy place. And they know they're a strong favorite now. There's nowhere they'd rather be than the T side of train, I feel like. So far, so good for INTZ. MVP, there's still time to turn things around in this half, but there isn't plenty of time. It needs to be soon. More or less needs to be now. Back on the buy, double AWPs. Zeta's naked with the sniper rifle. Cello's got a spawn to play. Might be a support flashbang from a teammate. There we go. You can see Zeph maybe trying to get towards the ladder room. That flashbang will deter him. HSK's got to be careful. Okay, that's a brazen peek. Shadow advantage for Cello. Doesn't matter, though. There's a frag for Zeta as well. So MVP have a good start to round number 10. 2 unanswered frags. But again, Ivy always favored by INTZ. Got to be careful.
Nice frag there from Zan. And you're right, it is somewhat of a specialty of theirs. There aren't a lot of teams that put as much emphasis on Ivy as they do in a lot of their defaults. But you can see time and again in this matchup, at least, INTZ get value from it. And as you say also, that could potentially be part of MVP not having the experience playing them, MVP not having maybe some of the experience with these Brazilian teams. I think Luminosity has a similar style of play on this map. All right, I think that's definitely a misclick. We've all been there.
45 seconds.
I don't know what that is about.
Yeah, that's not really the best plan in the world.
If there's someone's there, you will just die.
Yeah, here are my legs. Oh, my legs have been shot. Oh, I'm dead. 35 seconds for Zand in a 1 versus 4. He's got $1,000 in the bank. There's no money for MVP, but there isn't really money for all the INTZ players either, so I don't know if he really commits to this.
Yeah, he should save, really, for sure. Or he can just announce his position by with a spray. I think he did that on purpose. He wants someone to peek him, but ultimately he needs to be saving this gun so that his teammates can fall by around it, more or less. It would just be Destiny struggling. Yeah. So yeah, just be Destiny that's going to have a little bit of a struggle on the buy, but everyone else will be good to go. Okay, I mean, they could drop him a Galil, but that would cause... Yeah, that just looks awful, doesn't it? It doesn't really look like it makes sense. But either way, another round for MVP. They are few and far between, unfortunately, for the Korean side. Tactical pause here from INTZ to perhaps alter the approach.
Yeah, they don't want to give any inches to MVP. 4-round lead for INTZ at the moment. This is a chance for MVP to make a comeback. They need to win the pick of their opponent to survive. Otherwise, there'll be that one team from 4 that doesn't go to the major from today's offerings. 2 AWPs for MVP. Strong position to be in. Strong position to start in. But again, it's how you finish. Sign alone towards the B-bomb site. Got some shots through the wall towards main. They'll break the glass. There's maybe a smoke towards Ivy later on. You can do a pop flash from down the ladder through those windows as well. I think Rops does it on rare occasion. Okay, we've got a boost to look towards the train next to connector, see if anybody's standing on top. But nobody's there. You can see sign on the bomb site. Set up by connector. Stacks weight by Ivy. And again, INTZ, they love a slow round. There's no aggression to be had from the CTs, they're just waiting, as is KNG. But how long does he wait for? At what point does he take a more aggressive angle? 40 seconds remain, and they haven't even looked in the other end of Ivy just yet. 35 seconds.
Very brave. Going for the challenge. Will he take a pot shot? No. Fall back. INTZ might be causing themselves issues here by playing this so slow, because this is not necessarily going super well. Great catch from Stax as he turns his attention to Pop. Yell just peeking, baiting, trying to make sure that Stax wastes a shot, but he won't!
Ooh.
Has to take the shotgun shot, but it's not going to work either. Now down to Zeta, but there's 5 seconds. I don't think they can plant the bomb at this point. Now you have to go for the frag. Zeta knows it. Can he get out of there? He can't get out of there. Oh no. There was no time to plant the bomb. They had to go for the elimination. Cello makes it work.
The bomb was collected from the floor of main with 18 seconds on the clock. With 18 seconds on the clock.
You're almost unhappy that they win the round, right? You want them to be punished for playing like that, in a sense.
They didn't win the round. MVP won the round.
Oh my god! I thought they won it. I thought they had time.
No, he fragged them after time.
Oh my days.
But I mean, well, again, look at it for both squads. It's a rough situation.
Then I'm happy, James, because yeah, it's one of those spots where you can just make it 5 or 10 seconds faster, and it doesn't really change anything, except giving you some extra time to make the adjustments. Yeah. But I mean, you pointed out before, they like to play slow, and sometimes it's the style that bites you in the backside.
Okay, he saw something. Saw more than I did. Sign, and he drops the smoke grenade. HSK is there as well, but he's got no grenades of any kind.
Yes. This is going to be an interesting one. They're going to go for any kind of clearance of that pod up position. Looks like they won't. Just harassing it with the wallbang attempts, but it's not too thorough. Now comes the smoke down lower. HSK in a good position.
There's no utility answer. For all the damage done in that previous round, they cannot slow them down, and it allows INTZ to abuse their numbers. Sign needs help. He's got nobody rotating just yet. Well, no one there just yet. They are rotating. 2 players coming through connector now, and KNG is waiting. The smoke to create some space. 1 player creeping towards oil. Sign shoulder peeking, jiggling the sidewalk position. And this could just fall to pieces for MVP. There's a huge frag for KNG. Guess his bell rung, but they have position now, INTZ. Still got Cello going through that oil position, trying to fall back in time. Is he able to do so? Seems that he is able to get around the corner in time, just with the deagle, but they've got position. They've got potential crossfires. They've got potential baits. Is there a trade? Not just yet. 2 versus 2. Make it 1 now. Stax alone versus KNG. Rotating to the low ground. There's no defuse kit for Stax. He's picked one up now. Can he bait KNG out? Is he going to look the right way? He's just holding on to it. The hero defuse, not going to happen. All the damage done in that previous round pays off for INTZ. There's no sufficient defense of the B bomb site.
Yeah, it was a great round from KNG, and he had to deliver everything in that one. Going to see a bunch of frags from him with that AWP. Oh man, really nice shots from him. And that's a disappointing round for MVP, because as you say, their money's broken. And that allows INTZ to kind of once again take control of this half, build up their cash. And that leaves a real possibility of an 11-4 for INTZ. They're well positioned for it. Straight out into the A bomb site. This is pretty good. All the players coming from a ladder room now from MVP. I like how they group up like this in these pistol rounds. It is quite fun to watch, but they will get annihilated. Unfortunately, smoked off. HSK finds a headshot, but shouldn't really be anything else left here for them. It's Zeta. Left alive on the creep, but Kianji is ready and waiting. 15 for 5 now is Mr. Kianji. Very nice ratio of kills to deaths. Clean ratio of 3. 1 to 3.
What is next for MVP? They could get to 6. They've got the weaponry. There'll be light on the grenades. 1 molly for Sign. 2-man investment towards the B-bomb site. Will there be a push upper, perhaps? Shetter's there with the AWP. You can see him continue to go forward. Not posting up just yet. In the meantime, HSK is boosted above connector. There's a push from Sign. Doesn't see anything, and he'll fall back. Perhaps a false sense of security as Sessa waits for a peek. And again, we'll see a slow round from INTZ. No one towards Ivy just yet for the Brazilian squad. But they'll hold their angles. Yell trying to bait a shot. He doesn't know if anybody's still up there, even though there was a player running back down. Nice and careful. INTZ. And again, look at the utility for MVP. They've got 2 flashbangs and they've got 2 smoke grenades. That is it. If they can hold on to their smoke grenades, I say that they've just deployed one towards the B-bomb site, then that could be quite ruinous for INTZ because we know what they're like with the clock.
Yeah, and absolutely. They burn away all those nades for MVP, and that is important though. And last smoke is deployed from the CT side. And here comes the upper push. HSK still in position, but it's Zeph with the double. And HSK with one as well. No answer from INTZ at this point. 30 seconds to go. Sam with the Mag-10, the flying Mag-10. And Cello now opens it up as well with one. Needs to find one more though at least. And it looks like Zeph will get the better of him. Zeph with an incredible round again. Zeph with 4.
Ooh, just made a little more expensive towards the end there for MVP. They can't afford these losses. Look at what they've got to fight with in this last round. Well, the same could be said for INTZ. Aside from the AWP, they might have a better buy. But if they go in for the rifles and lights and grenades, I do wonder if we'll see a rare, fast round from them. See the players moving through the smoke, lining up for Zeph. Dancing around the bomb train. Much needed round for MVP. Again, this is the pick of INTZ. And indeed, at least Yell will be charging through. But he's going to fall to the flames, and that might be an upgrade for HSK. They won't complain about that. In the meantime, INTZ clearing out the area above B. This is the last round of the first half, and they would love to get to double figures.
Yeah, with Yell rushing into the A bomb site, it could be that they're trying to fake A, or it could be the case that they're just, I don't know, sending him out there to die. I don't know exactly how they do things sometimes, but it is indeed going to be a B play in the end, and Zion is going to be waiting, but the Mag-10 will deal with him. Quick smoke to cover the cross for the bomb plant. Need to gain space down though, and Zeph is there holding position. The spray is prolonged, and HSK will help him to finish that one off. MVP with a real shot at the retake here. There's no ground gained by INTZ, which is typically how you hold these retake attempts. They have no nades left as well. That's an important one from Destiny, but he's traded out quite quickly. Cello needs to get one as well, and that's absolutely what he's going to do. Still staying alive, and that's also important. Has to try to kill as much time as possible, making his way around the smoke. Cello with the master stroke here, trying to make this play work. Is he going to go for the knife? He's going for the slashes. Oh, he just about finds it. Does he have enough time now? Now he's got the M4 in hand. Here comes the hold, and Cello makes it work. 10 rounds to the 5 is how they finish off the first half, and that's a strong result, James.
There was a very brave 10-second defuse attempt. Didn't quite happen. Double figures for INTZ. We'll see you after the break.
Welcome back, ladies and gents, to what could be the final map to decide which one of these teams goes to the major. Will it be the Koreans or INTZ? Well, if it's to be MVP PK, they've got to force a third map, but it doesn't look good. The prognosis is quite dire, as you can see on your screens. They finished with 5 rounds at the end of the first half, and it's not just 5 rounds, it's 5 rounds on the CT side of Train. That's, for all of you that play CS frequently, that's not going to feel good.
Yeah, that was a rough situation for MVP. 10-second defuse on default Train, while your teammates got a kit a bit further back. Panic situation, perhaps. INTZ now on the CT side. What will their configuration be? MVP seems to be race carring towards the B bomb site where only Zand is, but he's got a HE grenade. This could be absolutely fatal. Oh, it's big damage. Lots of players with careful. Zeph stuck on the top, somehow getting a headshot. It's a team kill as well, but MVP have taken the side. They're going for the side plant and they're pushing down to the other end of the bomb train, which is really nice to see. It's going to make it harder to go for the retake, but of course it is a pistol round, so 2 players in the red. Oh, they're just falling like flies, aren't they? Stacks now up top with so much to do. There's a smoke on the bomb site. That's a nice headshot. Oh, beautiful stuff from him. 2 more to fight. He's got a 1 versus 1 behind the smoke. Switching weapon now. Reload her. Destiny's got some location information. He doesn't have a kit. Maybe there's one on the floor. Just sitting in the corner, Stacks. A very unexpected 4K. You didn't see any way to turn that one around, but MVP refused to lose.
Yeah, Stacks is impressive. That's an amazing 4K. And I got to say, out of all of the players in MVP, the ones that have been the most impressive to me have been both Zine and Stacks. And this is why. Look at this. Beautiful. His mechanics are fantastic. Great aim. So cold and considered in that play. And what a save. They needed that so bad.
How on earth did he just win that?
I don't know. If you consider all the damage that they received, but hey, it's not over just yet. That's a nice headshot coming in from the likes of Kianji. He loves a good scout. And oh no! They've been absolutely massacred. Oh, it gets worse as well. Kianji's not done just yet with the scout. And that's up to Zeph to do exactly what Stacks did. But they're better equipped this time.
Shut it down! What a ridiculous turnaround.
That is insane.
What kind of action movie is this?
That was so quick as well, and man, the scout headshots.
Absolute violence.
That is so hard to hit those.
Through the smoke, the trades eventually come. Damn, Kenji is ready. He is ready for this one. That was nasty. That was just two disgusting rounds.
Yeah, so shocking. And now it kind of feels like MVP's entire game rests on a force buy almost, because otherwise they're going to get so far behind here.
Ring around the rosy.
Oh, the scouts and the AWPs, the scopes. Yell gets tagged, but a couple of tags in return. And Ingo Zine just running up Ivy. I don't know how he managed to pull that one off.
That's a really good position, though. That's going to pull the CTs into a really weird spot. How do they defend A when Ivy's been taken so quickly? Oh, Zeph's got to be careful and exchange. Stacks wants to have a go as well. 2 players in this position, and Zine's backed away from the Ivy area. Zand in CT spawn. There's actually nobody in B, although Zand's gone back now. So they were unsure as to where Zine actually was. For all they know, he could be deep Ivy, just hugging the wall. Now you've got Yell rotating towards B bomb site as well. So there's complete guesswork here for INTZ. Got a few grenades to use. There's no fire in response to that flashbang. So the guesswork continues.
Yeah, these MP9s are really dangerous for MVP in these rounds. And also the fact that they're able to, INTZ is able to maintain control of Pop Dog is huge. And can he avoid being detected? Looks like he is enough for a kill. Nice tags coming in again. Yell with the scout hits his flick, and the nade follow-up is fantastic. That is a huge kill, removing Zine from the most forward position, and more scout shots coming in from Yell. Kianji finishes it off with the AWP, and that is a beautiful round. Good defense, but the bomb did go down for MVP at the very least, but I don't think that they're really in position to force it up here. We'll have to see what they decide to do, but it's beginning to look very dangerous now for MVP.
Yeah, that 4K, so much promise, so galvanizing for the team, but it was all ripped away.
Ooh,
how about that, Mr.
okay.
KNG? He is ready with this AWP.
And we didn't even see Yell's scout play there, because Yell connected a bunch of shots, got a nade combo as well. So yeah, the scouts and AWPs of INTZ, dangerous to say the least. But INTZ, a team that is currently on the cusp of making the major. 12-6, economic advantage. They're playing the CT side. Kanji's hitting shots, Yell's hitting shots. They can't really be asking for all that much more.
Rough situation for MVP. So much to do. So much to do. Doesn't look likely to start on this round. 1 flash and 2 P250s. Flash 2, try and take some position and do some damage. INTZ's money's not perfect just yet, so there is opportunity to be had here. Ooh, another HE grenade doing more damage, and Xander will take this with confidence. He's just chasing them with no respect whatsoever. Got to be careful, though. He's only got a few bullets left. KNG, though, will pick up the slack. And there is the rest of the job done. INTZ are just more experienced, I think. How often are you going to see a B player on anti-eco just run up the ramp and flank an entire squad?
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
And one of the things too is that Train is such a comfort pick for INTZ. We know it to be true. It's the same with Luminosity. You know, these Brazilian teams, they really enjoy those Train picks. And 3 rounds away from the major, can't really emphasize that enough. Double ops coming in for INTZ at this point, and we'll see that Zeta is going to be on the AWP as well. Lacking the Kevlar, of course, but perhaps it won't matter. We'll have to see. MVP taking things slow, looking like with their setup, it looks like they may be considering an upper burst. We'll have to see. Upper, I should say outside. Will they really try to test INTZ on Ivy? That is the question. Zine is there. He could throw his utility to try to distract and keep a player covering that position, but we got quite the setup here. From the CT's 2-man setup on the ladder room.
Scope is heard. Nice timing from Destiny.
Denying this position, and it's just so annoying for MVP.
Now, who activates next? Zine is throwing a smoke up Ivy, it seems. He's got a smoke on the molly, the usual stuff, denial of information. They won't know how many are there. There's the molly. And the smoke on the other side. In the meantime, Zeph's got a big pick towards the B bomb site. KNG gets a tag, but how does he reposition now? Oh, he's obscured his vision. It's a free kill. Oh, surely it is. Yeah, Zeph takes it. 2 players remain for INTZ. Still around that ladder position. To the 5 of MVP. Again, they need to hold on to these weapons. Some players have got money. Some players don't. Round 7 for MVP. There's a chance yet, Dan.
Yeah, there absolutely is. I was not expecting MVP to be able to take this round, and they did so convincingly. Zine eliminates Cello as well. So just waiting for the bomb to exploderize. This is one of the cleaner rooms in this game.
Seven rounds for MVP. Will we see another great comeback today after INTZ's absurd offering on Mirage earlier on? Absolutely absurd. Only the second round for MVP in this half after the pistol, that being the first. Well, INTZ are going to be able to buy around what they saved. The 2 AWPs are out once again for the Brazilian squad. Zan has 0 grenades and an AUG. And he's playing on the B bomb side, which is very, very curious. Interesting choice. Guess he'll rely on his teammates to come over and throw a few grenades. So at this point, they've got 2 smokes and a bunch of flashes, and that's it. No molly, no smoke for B whatsoever. That could be a problem, but it seems they'll answer it with some aggression towards Ivy.
Yeah, they're going to actually push, or is this just a... I mean, it looks like it's a push setup, so... Oh, just walking into that. No flash, just the contact. Sometimes it works, sometimes you look a little bit silly. Well, Zine is occupied at least, but INTZ are the ones with the man down. This is a desperate situation. MVP are setting up the B push at the same time. Nice shot from Yell. He'll smoke it off, but again, it's going to be a B push, and it's coming in right now. And there's no position here for INTZ. San needs to do some damage, and catching a free kill onto Stacks. That was very clean. Now he just has to hold on to this position, let his teammates come in to assist him. And they're going to be able to make it through Connector. So this is not a bad look for INTZ right now.
Zeph has got to get 2 frags here. He's at risk of being spotted from the top. He's looking the wrong direction. There's the first one, looking for another one. There's a CT by Oil. KNG looking around. He's being careful. There's the first frag. One player on default now as he moves towards the Oil position, but Yell might have a superior angle. But he'll spot Cello first. Huge frag for Zeph. Needed to, he got to, but he can't get around the corner in time. Zeta has all the information. There's a molly for Yell, but he won't even be able to touch the bomb. Or maybe just about. MVP win the round and they break the money, surely, of a CT side who came into it lacking in grenades in the first place, and I'm sure they'll lack a lot more now.
It's getting closer, one round at a time. INTZ are on the precipice, on the cusp of victory, but it has been taken away from them for the time as their economy has fallen to, well, it's flatlines almost. INTZ, what you got up your sleeves?
Zed, you traitor.
Well, it's easy to say.
They're both one syllable.
Well, it comes before T. TZ. It's easier to say than TZ. I think it sounds better. It's what everyone else says.
Disappointed in you, Dan.
Well, I don't care, so that's great. I'm immune. Ooh, oh my god. Oh my god, that's so sick! That's so sick! When do you see that? That is next level.
That is unbelievable.
I've never seen that. That's so awesome.
That was astonishing. That was fantastic. It's a 5 versus 2, boys.
I was sitting there watching them, like they're sitting there with 3 players. I'm like, what are they doing? And they're pulling out HEs. I'm like, and then I see a torrent of players running towards the HEs. I'm like, oh my god.
That was Call of Duty, man.
I've
Send
never
the dogs
seen
in. The air raids, the kill streak. And now everything is extremely... Oh, well, I guess they don't want to make any mistakes, MVP. They know it's a desperate situation for INTZ. They will slowly creep up. Bombs collected, and they start to make inroads towards the A-bomb site. Cello is close with USP. Zan may be the most dangerous person in this situation. And he doesn't even get to fire his weapon. Marvelous stuff for MVP. Marvelous.
That was so
tremendous.
Awesome. That's so cool to see. Again, I just never seen that before. I wonder how long I've been casting. I mean, train games I've casted, and I've never seen this before.
143. Boom.
Boom. That is so awesome. All right, MVP, they've got some tricks up their sleeves, that's for sure. They're a mere 4 rounds away, but at the same time, everybody's economy is brittle at this point. You know, rounds such as that are so clean will be quite beneficial for MVP and their ability to survive some of the turmoil that may be in their future, in their near future. But INTZ, I'm curious what they'll be going with in these coming rounds. We saw some IV aggression. We've seen some aggression towards ladder room that they've had a 2-man setup. They actually lost that round. They got the AWP on Kianji, and the nades are not too healthy. It's not the best situation in the world. Once again, they'll take a forward position in ladder room, which is important. Now they wait. There's not a single sound made by MVP to really give all that much in the way of clues towards INTZ right now. And Molly to force Destiny back a little bit. And then an immediate smoke. So it's still a 2-man setup here. Oh, HSK.
This is not over yet, is it? 2 flashes and a Molotov for INTZ, and KNG, the big boy with the AWP, the big green gun. MVP again being careful. They've got plenty of utility. They're good at holding on to their utility early to mid-round. The combo, but it'll all go beyond Cello's position.
They may not expect there to be another player there due to having killed one there already. And we see that there was a quick rotation of Kianji towards B because last time in a similar scenario, MVP actually went to B after getting that first pick. And here is the kind of fake into the B-bomb site. Will this pull rotation? Not just yet. INTZ will keep 2 players towards the A-bomb site in key positions, Hell and Popdog. So INTZ is not ideal, but they're still in with a good chance here to defend this.
Stax is going to get a free kill from this. 2 players remain. MVP outmaneuvering INTZ at the moment. KNG by Old Bomb. The bomb's planted. What do you do now? He's close to Ivy. His teammates in the ladder room, but 2 versus 5. Surely you can't go for this. Neither has defused kits. Are lining up though. But there will be stereo frags for MVP, and they make it to double figures. Just 3 rounds behind. It didn't look likely, but they're doing a good job at the moment.
They are doing a great job. And I wonder if the dynamic around Popdog will change now for INTZ. They've had a 2-man setup there a couple of times, and each time they've done that round, it's not really worked out in their favor. So great luck, great fake towards that B-bomb site. That really, really was powerful. But I feel like we're either going to see more commitment from INTZ in terms of trying to, if they're going to play forward positions on the A-bomb side, we're going to see a potential take of team main control, or we're going to see them just play very passively towards the A-bomb side. I feel like it's only going to go one of the 2 ways, as opposed to something in between now. But I think the way that MVP have been finding success, there is a call for a change in the setup of INTZ. So we'll see what that will be.
All the pauses coming in now. INTZ not wanting to give up a map pick. They want to shut this down now. They were looking so strong, but what has happened since then?
Yeah, absolutely. MVP looking like they should be a shoe-in for this 11th round, leaving them just 2 away. And if they win the next buy round, they're effectively tied up this map. So it does indeed get very dangerous for INTZ. And the full nays, the full everything here for MVP for this anti-eco. We've seen rounds like this go wrong, and look at the investment here. We do have Kevlar, we have a helmet on Cello, CZs. It's train after all. These can be awkward, these rounds.
He heard it. He heard the connection.
Yeah, surely you got to give it up at this point. And will he keep committing?
Could drop a molly in there if you wanted to. Have a teammate peek from main if you felt it was safe enough, but maybe it's not in their repertoire. Sign keeping the CTs honest towards the IV position. Minute 10 on the clock, and Cello wonders if he should have a gander. Oh, we've got double mollies, and he's going to be forced to use the only grenade he had. 3 players around Ivy for MVP, for INTZ, excuse me. Only one towards the B bomb site. Looks like MVP want to make inroads there, but it's a lie. And there's Zion showing presence again in that B area. Ivy, hello, back in the room. Smokes and mollies, so there's no vision for INTZ, which may keep them entertained. Cello, though, may have found some good timing from the ladder room position, but what can he do with it? 30 seconds on the clock, and Shetter's just waiting for someone to make a brazen mistake, but maybe it was him who's made the mistake. AWP to be collected, but Cello couldn't get there in time. Trying to take position instead. Now he's being taken up by a lot of these players. KNG can smell the AWP. He's got the off angle. HSK just charging up. He knows something might be untoward over there. Yell and Destiny remain. Surely they hold on to this rifle. Destiny spotted. It's deep flashbang for him. There's no kit, so what does he want from this? Yell's not going to get to that AWP, so we have to give this one up. Round number 11 for MVP. They are 2 rounds away.
That was actually so close, a lot closer than maybe it ended up looking, because if Kianji gets that kill on the flank, it's actually a 3v2, and all of a sudden that they kind of have to kill Kianji, so then his teammates can actually get close to the bomb, and then there's a real trouble. That would have been very interesting to see how that would have played out, but it's not to be. We'll get another timeout coming in from Now from MVP, they got their full buy, and they know that this is the moment. This is the moment that if they win this, they will equalize. And not just equalize, they will be in a position where their economy is far superior to their opponents. And that will give them the advantages generally towards the end of this map. And again, this map is for the Major if INTZ are to win it. They won the first map at Vertigo, which was the pick of MVP. MVP need to win this map to force a third.
It's a pretty awesome spot MVP are in. I think a lot of people may have written them off after they lost Vertigo, but look at me now. Still got some work to do, even just to tie the score. But it's been a good comeback so far. Mirage would be the deciding map should they get that far. And you do start to wonder now. 90% MVP on Mirage. 90% success rate to the 46 of INTZ. So if they could take it there, who the hell knows if those numbers stand up. They've been the underdog on map 1. Oh, beautiful stuff. KNG will trade, however, and hold position. But that was just a lurker, and they still got Cello deep towards B. I wonder if he'll go for something crazy a little later on.
Testing the waters, forced back by the flash yell. So this is indeed a lot more passive from INTZ. They're playing much further back. Although Cello is making an investment in towards inner, trying to make sure that he's got control of this position, which tells INTZ everything they need to know. They can keep 3 towards A because of this. And it also, given the time that's remaining, kind of forces MVP to make a play towards the A-bomb side. Especially given the positions that they have right now. And INTZ know this. This is going to be an all-out brawl for this A-bomb side shortly.
There are flashes. Cess is in position to throw the flashes, although he hasn't got one selected right now. 30 seconds remain, and maybe Stax is showing some presence towards B. He's got a smoke, which he's deploying towards B. Does that pull a player away? Indeed, Destiny wants to head towards B bomb site, so he's being pulled away now, but sign towards Ivy's going to get taken out. Stax making inroads towards B bomb site. That bomb needs to be collected, rounds over. KNG has annihilated everybody in the main position. That's where the bomb was. INTZ finally get to 14. They survive in the numbers. They have the AWPs.
Yeah, what a round from Kianji, hitting all the AWP shots as per usual. And if he is on point like this, it is difficult to stop INTZ, especially on a map like this. And we get the tactical immediately from MVP. They know how bad the situation is now. That was the round for them to win, the round for them to be able to equalize off of the back of it. And it's now down to, well, we'll see what their money's like in a moment, but I can't imagine it's in good shape. I think they should have like a 1 solid buy left. That's a guess. We'll see. Here's a replay last round. Okay, actually their money's actually pretty strong. So they have at least 2 solid buys that they can get in, especially if they get a bomb down. So the money's not a huge concern, but the choice of the round is the concern.
2 rounds away after capitulating to Dream Eaters after a colossal comeback on Mirage. INTZ are in a better spot now. They have an opportunity ahead of them, but MVP have a buy, and there's another buy in the hole for MVP should they make a mistake in this round. 4-1 set up at the beginning for INTZ, no surprises there, but we've got a fast play from MVP. 2 plays out of Pop trying to close the distance towards the bomb side already. KNG on the bomb train, trying to do something, showing presence. Destiny and Cello taken out in the meantime. Yell trying to get something done. The bomb's being planted though. Zand running out of bullets, but there's no frag there. He stopped too fast. That could be a fatal mistake. 3v3 as INTZ are on the bomb site.
Kianji looking forwards, trying to check for this. Quick smoke there to try to pressure that bomb. Force these Ts to peek. They have to find a way to make them peek. And once they peek, Kianji can shoot them down, trying to tap the bomb to complete the effect. Oh god, it's so awkward. There it is. He's got no kit. He's so exposed. And they spray him down. That's all Yell can do to try to escape, and he's not going to be able to do so. Cut short by Stax. And MVP pick up a critical round. And what's that left at INTZ with? They can't have anything in the bank.
Yeah, what does this mean for the money of INTZ? Well, we can have a look now.
Just about enough for a buy, okay.
Yeah, that's really, really crucial. But if they lose this one, then who the hell knows? Again, MVP They've got a full buy in the hole. That's a solid round from them. I don't think they've executed that round before in this half. That pace, 2 players in a ladder room, just coming out of nowhere, bursting onto the A-bomb site, completely changing the pace on INTZ. Does that invite them to use what little utility they have earlier in fear of another fast round from MVP?
Pressure from Ivy from the likes of MVP. Counter smoke from Yale to slow them down. Wants to play in front of this one. And that's a big deal for Yale, because he's gotten a lot of info there. Do they realize that it's not a committed play towards Ivy? Big rotation towards B. MVP want to crush INTZ with the B play. Positioning for INTZ is pretty good towards B, though, and they've got very fast flank positions, too. They seem to have an inkling.
No more cues from MVP. Are they going to burst with no grenades? Will they be ready for Cello's position? It's hard to come out of the top position with minimal warning. There's so many places the CTs could be. Cello does some damage, but he can't quite get the frag. Stax with 9 HP, almost a double peek, just the one person peeking. And Stax doesn't commit to the bomb plant either, but he will now. The side plant. HSK moving to the back of the bomb yard. 4 versus 2 for MVP. It's been a solid execute into the B bomb site, and they've taken the round. INTZ have to fall back. They don't have the money.
That's pretty crazy. It felt like Cello, there's a world where he gets 2 instant kills when they're coming out of the upper position there, and he wasn't able to find any kills. And honestly, credit to Cello, even though the expectation is that you really need to get 2 instant kills there, that he realizes, okay, I've shot like 10 bullets here. I've tried to make this work. It's not happening. And he tries to reset the position. He still gets a kill out of it. And look at the hunting here. MVP of the economy to do this. Their opponents certainly do not have the economy to survive. Look at the jiggling, trying to commit the spray, and there you go. Yeah, we'll lock it down. Don't want to take the battle against Zeta, and they'll keep the guns in tow. So there is a force buy to be had here that will actually look pretty good. The 2 surviving players can drop rifles, and then the 3 remaining players, well one of the 3 remaining players who did die can just buy an MP9 or something, and they'll actually have a decentish buy going into this next round. But MVP, they're making it really competitive, and INTZ will be the ones to take the tactical pause to plan for this next one. They do not want this to go to a 3rd map. You really don't want to test MVP any more than you have to.
I'm really impressed by what we've seen from MVP on Train. They picked Vertigo, they lost Vertigo. INTZ is home territory. Train is home territory for INTZ. But here we are, just 1 round behind, but still INTZ are able to eke out a buy of what they saved. KNG's naked with the AWP, but he doesn't need clothes with that gun, especially on the CT side. They have the luxury of the angles, of the choke points. Will there be early grenades towards A? There'll be some. Not too damaging, however. Again, the shortcomings, the limitations. Oh, beautiful stuff, the flashbang. The frag from KNG off to a flying start. Making sure the body's extra dead. That's exactly the start INTZ needed. And again, MVP still have a buy in the hole, should they need one, but they will hope they don't need one.
Yeah, some molly towards A just to, once again.
It landed in, it didn't hit the ridge of the window though, just burst in the air.
Oh.
But no one's around the ladder room anyway, so the effect is the same. Bursting into the B bomb site now, and again, Cello is only going to get 1 on this occasion, but this is such a strong position for INTZ. Sign's got to get a frag, he won't. This is a turning point for INTZ. 4 players alive, can they keep it that way and win this round? There's 3. You start to wonder now, HSK's got space with his smoke grenade if he can bait out KNG, but the player on the site might do the job. He's coming around the corner, and there it is. Much needed frag, and that's match point for INTZ.
Match point, major point. Just a moment for it all to sink in there. I can see here the key kills coming from Zan. This is the play that really sealed the deal for INTZ in this round. Impossible position for HSK, getting sandwiched there. Really difficult. And once again, timeout comes in for MVP. They'll use everything at their disposal to find a way back into this one, but it's quickly slipping through their hands and grains of sand until eventually it's all gone. They have the money at least.
Yeah, they'll be fine for a buy MVP.
Explosive final stand.
She had to spend 9,900 in this round. Full investment. So why doesn't HSK drop a AK for Sign? He's got a Galil instead. HSK's got 2,700 in the bank. That's kind of weird, especially with a pause, no less. But anyway, Cello has a look in ladder, sees no one's there for the time being. But that could be subject to change. Some wallbang attempts from KNG. Gone fishing again. INTZ will stay close to that ladder position. And MVP looks to have an execute ready towards the A bomb site. Oh god, they've lost the bomb behind the smoke. This is disastrous. 3 unanswered frags from INTZ. This could be it, Dan.
This is definitely looking like it could be it. Sign and Zeta need something really huge here. Sign trying to get the double, but he'll be denied by Kianji. Zeta over the top of the train has dropped down hard as we have our winner. It will be INTZ making it to the major, and you can absolutely see how much it means to them. Oh wow, MVP, they fought hard. They fought really hard. I thought that they were good for that comeback.
It was a noble effort, especially after losing their own map pick, but they weren't able to take it over the line. INTZ did it the hard way, the really hard way, dropping a series versus Dream Eaters, but finally getting there. And you can see what it means to the squad.
And yeah, commiserations to MVP as well after a very hard-fought tournament. They're going to have to go home and practice more for the next time.
Look at Apoka, he can't keep it together, man. There's no punching from him, just pure happiness. That guy's emotional, look at him. It's beautiful stuff.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be some celebration for the Brazilians. They are a passionate bunch and see nothing but respect exchanged between the players and the teams. All the passion.
Heart on his sleeve, man. Great talisman for the team. And for MVP, it wasn't to be on this occasion. There'll be chances in the future. But it's a very happy INTZ. Super hype about that one. And again, I mean, you just never know with that team if they're going to do it or not. Again, the comeback was noble from MVP, but Train, man, INTZ and Train, they're hand in hand.
Yeah, it's really difficult because it looked like they had the perfect start as well. It reminded me of Vertigo a little bit, but it is time to toss it over to the desk. What do you guys make of that one?